Jen, what do you like about homeschooling?
The freedom to learn whatever I want to learn when I ask to learn it, and the necessary education.
That if you miss out on some stuff in public school, you go back through it.
You have more freedom to learn in a better environment than you would in public school. You're paying attention to more.
I would change the amount of people that you get to talk to every day. Is not a lot, and I kind of miss that about public school, like all the people, but otherwise I wouldn't change anything.
Nothing right now because everything is going pitch perfect for me.
It's pretty good.
What advice would you give to a kid who just started homeschooling, or what do you wish someone would have told you when you started homeschooling?
Take it slow. Like, you're not going to be able to adjust to being homeschooled, taken out of a regular school in a week. It takes time, and you got to build a relationship with the person who's teaching you every day. So, you know, it teaches you a lot of things, but you just got to take your time and learn them.
Don't be scared because this is a way new environment than public school.
Public school is a lot different, and I wish I was prepared for the extreme changes. But once you get to know everybody, it's good from there.
So the first thing we did, station cafeterias, Miles Monroe, coffee tables, then we did vision boards.
Coffee table book is usually a large book with a certain type of information in it.
After we get done about like some of our work, we come outside. We came outside 2 times today.
Lesson.
Alright. So all of the ones that don't have, sometimes we come together to assist one another.
Yes.
Master.
That's only Tennessee. This is only Clinton, Tennessee. Miss Rachel is learning a gardening class. What she learns, we gotta do, and
Those are
Like to. Oh. First question.
Okay.
Why did you decide to homeschool?
I decided to homeschool because it gives me the freedom and flexibility to build positive and healthy relationships with my children. And it also gives me the space to help my children uncover the gifts that they have so they can learn the skills that they need to manage the gifts that they have so that they can tell the world how much their gifts are worth as opposed to the world telling them how much they'll pay them for their gifts.
All right. How do you homeschool? How would you describe your approach to homeschooling?
My approach to homeschooling, I actually don't like labels, but the more I learn about homeschool terms, I believe what we do is structured unschooling, if that's a such thing. So we unschool, we use life to teach our kids, but we use whatever it is that they need to teach our kids, our students, my children as well as other people's children. So I like to try to give myself the freedom to get to know these kids and then use whatever resources they need to help build them up. And we believe that once kids learn to read and count well, they are pretty much equipped to teach themselves. And so as long as they get that strong foundation or either fill in the gaps if some of that foundational stuff is missing, then they'll be able to teach themselves. And so it's working smart and not hard.
All right. And this third question. What advice would you give to a family that's starting their homeschooling journey?
2 pieces of advice. Do not pull your kids out of school to turn your house into a school. Remember that the most important part of homeschooling is home. So use that opportunity to build up your home, no matter what that looks like. Do what works for your family. The second piece is give yourself some grace to make mistakes when you first start. That first year, you'll probably have a lot of mistakes or ups and downs you want to iron out. Give yourself that grace and that space to be able to do that. Make sure that you de-school during this time and then build from there. Homeschooling is really kind of a building your plane while you're flying it kind of process. So know that when you're getting into it, and don't feel that you have to match up or compare yourselves to other families or other homeschool students. You do what works best for your family.
Excellent. All right, tell me about your homeschool group.
I have a homeschool group in Memphis, Tennessee called the Coolnerds. We are a cohort of middle and high school students in a African and Christ-centered environment. Our goal is to help families free their legacies from the oppression of miseducation.